Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final episode of the Bradford City Career Mode for this season. Don't get carried away, it's not over yet, we've still got a long way to go. But for this season, we're going to be finishing off a championship, and that's actually a lie, I've kind of misled you guys there, I'm not going to lie, because we're going to be playing playoffs, so technically, it's not the final episode of the season at all. It's the final episode of the season without, like, the base season with the 46 games. So I kind of misled you there. I've kind of messed up and had to explain myself. But yeah, basically that's where we're at. So last episode we took on Brentford, and surprisingly we got a 4-1 win against them at home, which if we do come up against them in the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be that easy again. But we know we can beat them. We've beaten them twice this season, so we know we can beat them if we come up against them. So that should be an interesting one. We're going to rotate the squad a little bit. I did say last episode that we're going to have the final game of some players, some Bradford originals. We're going to have O'Leary and come out for Akpan. We're going to have Akpan and Beaton in the middle because they're probably going to be leaving. Ismail's going to go on the right because he's most likely going to be leaving. McCartan, I don't know where I put him. I've not thought this through, have I? F it, we'll put McCartan as a striker. We'll leave him there. And who else? Who else was there that I was thinking about? Roberts. Yeah, we'll just have to we'll just have some shiters on. But yeah, those are the few players I'm thinking of probably selling next season. So they're gonna get probably their farewell games here. See if there's anyone else that I really think is gonna leave. Conte's gonna go on load, so I'm not gonna count that. But yeah, I probably won't play these guys in the playoffs, hence why I'm playing them now. I may play Beaton. I probably will most likely play Beaton, but Akpan, Ismail, McCartan probably won't get a look in, or Roberts won't get a look in the playoffs either, so might as well just, put them in for the final games. Let's take a look at a little news story here. Roberts' effort on goal helped his team grab a 4-1 win against Brentford. I should probably go through why I should probably explain, why I'm selling them anyway. It could be almost described as a walk in the park for Bradford City, as last time out they strode to a 3-1 victory against Peterborough United, who will be looking for a better performance. That was in the league. Last time we actually played Peterborough, we got knocked out of the FA Cup because they managed to turn up for some reason. But anyway, what's our unbeaten run now? 17. Okay. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'll explain why I'm selling them quickly before we go into the game. McCartan, I already accepted an offer for him in the outside of the transfer window. It was a decent offer, probably the best I could get for him. He's 27, 67, won't go up much more. He's fast, which is going to be annoying to lose him because his pace is decent. He's actually upgraded his pace so much since we started off. I think he's like 85, 86 pace. He's up to 94. His pace has grown incredibly, but he'll be good for another team. Ismail, I feel like he's just run his course. We've got so many good younger midfielders now that Ismail won't get a look in, and as much as he'll want to play, he won't get a play at this club. So unfortunately, I have to say bye to Ismail. Even though he's been a very key player in League One and League Two, he hasn't had much time in this season to play, and he probably won't get much more at all, to be honest. Same with Akpan. He is 30 years of age. He's 66. He's probably going to decline. He hasn't grown a single overall this season. And at 66 overall, I don't think the championship is the league for him, unfortunately for him. But he'll be good for a lower league team again. Beaton, I'm still on the fence about this because he is a quality player and he might not go down straight away. But he is the same age as Akpan and possibly maybe time to move him on as well. Jordan Roberts, accidental. Well, it's not accidental. It was more of a pre-contract signing that I just went for. And it hasn't really backfired. He's been good. He's scored some important goals, but he hasn't grown a lot, and I didn't expect him to. He's 26 years of age, and I believe 63 when we got him. So he's grown 3 in 2 years, which is not the best. But see, the thing is, he's not going to grow above 70. He's 28 years of age, and he would be a good striker for maybe a League 1 or League 2 team, so he's probably going to be moved on as well. I hope that makes sense. I hope I've explained to everyone who I'm possibly selling to satisfaction. I was thinking maybe keeping one of them for the Premier League, but I don't know, because if we don't make the Premier League this season, then I can't really justify keeping them because I don't really think they're going to contribute anything for another season. The reason I would have had one for the Premier League is just so I could say Bradford Original made it to the Premier League and could play the game in the Premier League, but I don't think I'm going to do that now, to be honest. Anyway, we're going to have all the gold news on because it's the final day of the season. We're not playing for anything, we're just playing to finish off the season. Peterborough will host us at their stadium, which I've forgotten the name of, but I will go and Google that in a second. We've got Rossi in goal, Kakachi as the captain. Still haven't done this on the bloody page yet, but I'll remember to do it for the playoff episodes. Hennessy, Todibo, Sterling at the back four, Carbonero, Beaton, Akpan, and Ismail at the midfield four. We're just doing it a little bit differently this time. We're announcing the lineup in a different way this time. And then Roberts and McCartan are going to be the strikers, which is interesting because McCartan's not really a striker, and Roberts isn't really good. I mean, he's alright. He's popped up with some goals. But basically, I'm just giving some guys their last hurrah at this club. That's kind of the whole thing here. But anyway, we're going to go into it. And if we need to bring on someone, we'll bring on someone. But the other main reason I'm doing it as well is for some of the better players like Greenwood, Haaland, Loschek, guys like that, Van Dam, Banks, to get a bit more fitness for the playoffs, because they will be key parts, I think, as part of the playoffs. Because we'll need them to deliver. But anyway, we're going to go into this final game against Peterborough. I haven't checked the stadium name yet. Let me just quickly Google search it. Okay, my phone. I got a new phone that's been a bit hit. Well, it's not been hit and miss. It's just I've not quite fully learned how to use it properly yet. Let's see what's the Peterborough Stadium name. I probably played them before, and I probably should know it. Western Home Stadium. Oh, but I wasn't naming stadiums in League One. I was just kind of like accepting it. So this is going to be the end of our like rivalry with Peterborough, which is kind of upsetting. Unless, oh, actually no, it won't be. If we don't go up, we have another season of Peterborough. I forgot they survived relegation. I forgot they weren't going down. Western Home Stadium. We've had a 2-year sort of thing with Peterborough. They came up at the same time as we did. We've also had a 2-year thing with Barnsley as well, but our rivalry with Barnsley hasn't been as intense. Most of the time we've beaten Barnsley, but with Peterborough it's been like 50-50, I would say. And there's their squad. They're playing probably one of their stronger squads. Isa and Tony up front, and a strong defence as well. But for us, we're just kind of like chilling. We've got Pim in goal as well. Peterborough can't really get any higher than 21st. They can't fall into the relegation zone. They are 4 points clear, so they're chilling as well, I guess. Both teams are just going to play it for fun here, in my opinion. I would like to get 3 points, and I probably will end up getting the 3 points if I'm being honest, but I'm just playing it for fun at this point. Rossi, Kakachi, Hennessy, Todibo, Sterling, Carbonero, Beaton, Akpan, Ismail, Roberts, and McCartan all in there.
It's all about individuals against individuals.
Probably could have given Grabara a send-off as well, but he's just going back to Liverpool. He gets to go back to a better club. And to be honest, Grabara wasn't really necessarily going to be used for anything. He was just cover in case Rossi got injured, if I'm being completely honest. But Rossi's managed to avoid injury, as have the majority of the squad, which is good. Kicking off here at the Western Home Stadium, Peterborough versus Bradford City to end this championship season for Peterborough anyway. For Bradford, it's going to continue a little bit longer. We've got the playoffs to play, and whether we win them or whether we lose them, we've made it there. We've exceeded expectations this season anyway. We could get a massive signing in Diogo Jota, who I tried to pick up at the end of the last episode, and we'll see whether that deal goes through or not. Ismail spotting Carbonero, who's quite small. Remember, you can't really cross to him. Oh, you can, but you probably won't win the header. So Diogo Jota, well, we went for Mbappe, and that was unrealistic. But then I saw Diogo Jota was on. Oh wow, they've got one of the worst home records. We saw Diogo Jota was on pre-contract, so we went for it, and we're going to see if we can get him for a decent bit of wage. But did you see Peter? I'm in for that pan there. Do you see Peterborough's home record though? 1-1, drawn 2, and lost 19. I don't have much to worry about, really. But if they do win, it's not the end of the world either. We've claimed third. We could give them a couple of points just to, you know, give them confidence for next season. But also, I would like, on the flip side of that, I would like to win just to give us a bit more momentum, a bit more confidence heading into the playoffs. Roberts through to McCartan, or it was attempted through to McCartan. A bit of a bad tackle there by Ben Warland, and he's going to get a yellow card for it.
Just as much as players do, but today it is an early yellow card, and we'll see what effect that has on them.
After the end of this season,
he's walking a tightrope.
We've got to try and keep momentum heading into the playoffs. I don't know who we're going to face first. What I would, the dream scenario, obviously. Oh, it's almost a goal. It's come off the post from the save though. And Roberts' shot. Anyway, the dream scenario would be maybe take on Brentford in the semi-finals, overcome them because we can beat them, and then face Leeds in the final. We overcome our West Yorkshire rivals to get into the Premier League, a place that they've been trying to get to for years. We get there by beating them. That would be beautiful. I don't hate Leeds. I'm just not a fan of them because I just don't know. I prefer Bradford, to be honest. My family support Bradford. I don't, like, as a place, I don't prefer either of them really, but as a football team, Bradford, my grandparents supported them, so, and my parent, like my mum and dad kind of supported them. My grandparents, like family, well, other parts of the family support Huddersfield, but I feel like Bradford is more of a project because they were in League Two. Huddersfield are in the Championship. Just getting relegated from the Premier League, so it wouldn't be as much of a quest to try and take them to Champions League glory. With Bradford, like I said, it's more of a challenge, more of a quest to get them to the top. I know I should probably point out I do this career mode differently to other career mode YouTubers. I wouldn't really call myself a career mode YouTuber, but I've done it differently. I do the full games. I do 1 game per episode. Do it as a full game, and you see everything. You get every bit of coverage. A lot of people edit the videos down. I don't do that because I'd like you guys to see all the behind the scenes, all everything, and B, I'm not that great at editing, and it might come out as a messy sort of video, and obviously I probably wouldn't be able to post daily either because editing might take quite a while, especially since I'm not really fully good with it. I prefer doing these episodes. I've seen some people say they prefer the other style, some people say they prefer this style. I'm going to continue doing this style. Probably for this FIFA 20 career mode. If I go into FIFA 21, I might try and learn some editing, but I don't know. I do prefer doing this sort of layout of them. Because I've already explained. There's no point explaining again, but basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys want to see edited down videos, then I'm sorry, but this might not be the channel for you. If needs come and must, I can put timestamps in the description. You guys can see the highlights that way, but Beaton's puts 1-0 up here against Peterborough, and that's not the player I expected to score the first goal. But like I said, yeah, I would edit them down if I knew how, maybe, possibly. But if you guys want to see me, like, possibly, if you don't want to watch the whole video, would you like to see me put timestamps in the description about when the chances are, when the highlights are, so you can just click on them and you can see them for yourself? And if you don't want that, then that's fine. I'll continue doing it like this and leave the timestamps out of the description because I'm cool with it either way. But it's just for people who want to see more highlights and the full sort of action, and instead of have it skip through the video and kind of look for them. If I could put timestamps in and you guys could see the highlights that way. I don't mind either way.
So the match has restarted. 1-0 here.
Anyway, 1-0 up here near Beaton. Puts up against Peterborough. And this, I should mention, this is not the same Peterborough we came up against in the FA Cup. The Peterborough we came up against in the FA Cup, they were intense, they were insane. This Peterborough are playing like shit, and I don't know why we didn't get this Peterborough in the FA Cup. Maybe the FA Cup's got a bit more of a difficulty challenge on it, I don't know. Maybe next season, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup curses will be lifted, I don't know. But anyway, Ismail, no he's not though, is he? Let's be honest. If he is, he's not far off. I thought I played that to perfection. I mean, his foot's behind the line as well. I mean, I'm maybe slightly more offside, and that is the right decision. But that could easily be given as a continue the play and get the goal and score it kind of decision as well. I don't know, but it's slightly annoying. Beaton, Ismail. Like I said, I would use this Ismail more if we didn't get so many wide midfielders coming through the youth academy. But we did. We've got Banks and Van Dam, and we've got Greenwood, who's now playing there because I had to move him for Flosik and Haaland. And then we'll have Diogo Jota coming in next season. It's going to be a clusterfest up front. And some midfielders may have to leave the club, which is why we're selling on Ismail. But I mean, maybe a couple more wide midfielders may have to go. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get Diogo Jota next season. That's just a possibility right now. A little bit panicked there from Rossi, but not much, and I wasn't really panicking, to be honest, because like I said, season's over for us pretty much, as well as Peterborough. Kakachi was thinking of playing it over to Roberts, but we're not going to. Instead we're going to play it to Beaton. Give it to Akpan. McCartan turns his man perhaps, takes a shot on, gets it blocked.
Putting his body on the line.
But as we're coming to the end of the season, if you guys, I don't know what amount of money we're going to get for next season. It depends if we make it to the Premier League or not. But if you guys want to give any suggestions for signings, they're going to score, yeah. I don't know where my defence were, to be honest. But if you want to give me any suggestions, perhaps for signings, I don't know. Preferably fullbacks, centre-backs, goalkeepers, midfielders, maybe not, well, possibly centre midfielders, maybe not strikers or anything like that. Because we've got enough attacking players, maybe more defensive players. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. If you've got attacking suggestions as well, then leave them in the comments, but I won't necessarily get them because we've got more than enough attacking players. And Kanu equalises for Peterborough. If that was an earlier game in the season, I would have been mad, but because it's a game, it doesn't matter. I'm just chilled.
Well, they must exercise caution.
Or even if it was a game where I could still get automatic promotion, I would have been a bit annoyed. But I probably wouldn't have played this team if that was still up for grabs. I would have played a more strong team.
Possession changes hands.
That's the problem with this team, though. These guys, they just don't move.
Excellent vision.
Akpan.
This looks promising.
Akpan just absolutely goes through, and that could be a send-off goal in a Bantam shirt. Completely ignored the defender. Talk about an invisible defender. I'm complaining all the time about when my defence are invisible. I mean, it's gone the other way around here. We just went past number 5 there. I'm pretty sure he probably would have got the ball, but we're like, nah. He just missed the tackle, Mark Beavers. And Akpan just dumps it in for possibly, I'm not going to rule it out that he could stay, because he might not get sold on. People might not want to buy him. But possibly his final goal in the Bradford City shirt. He's got 2 this season? I'll give you a challenge here, guys. Go back, if you want to go through it, obviously. A challenge if you choose to accept it. Go back through the career mode episodes from this season and try and find the game where Akpan scored his other goal. Because I don't remember even him scoring a goal in the championship season. So, you guys want to do that, go for it. It's just a little challenge for you. My 2 centre mids that I'm thinking of selling on have scored the goals so far in this game. It would be really fun to try and score with every player that I'm probably going to sell, but that's probably not going to happen. I'm not going to try and make it happen. It would be interesting. 2-1 at half-time, though. Akpan giving us the lead, heading into the break. Beaton scoring for us, Kanu scoring for them. Not the famous Kanu, just Idris Kanu, who is a Kanu, after all, but he's not the Kanu who you probably recognise from that name. Anyway, half time, 2-1 up. Let's take a look around the grounds. Stoke winning. Okay, we'll just go through all the scores because it's the last day of the season. Nottingham Forest are winning 2-0. Birmingham and Bristol are drawing 1-1. Bristol City, Bristol City, I should say, because Bristol Rovers fans might get pissed, and Bristol City fans will get pissed as well if I don't say the City on the end. Brentford and Preston are drawing 1-1. Derby and Fulham are drawing 1-1. Huddersfield are losing 1-0 to Blackburn. Hull City are losing 2-0 to Leeds. Luton and Reading are drawing 1-1. Norwich are winning 1-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. Rotherham are drawing 1-0 with Middlesbrough. Swansea are losing 1-0 to Stoke. And West Brom are winning 3-0 against Sunderland. I've just had a thought here. Forest and Leeds are winning. And West Brom are winning. West Brom aren't going to make it no matter how many goals they score past Sunderland. It's an interesting fact there. We'll take a look at the table at the end of the episode, obviously. See who made its playoffs, who made it where. Anyway, these are the stats for half-time. 5 shots on target for us. 2 shots with 1 shot on target for Peterborough. We've had more possession. Realistically, we should be dominating, but at this point of the season, it's the final game, the final 45 minutes of this championship season, or at least the base championship season, not involving playoffs. Kachi, Carbonero, Beaton. Through to Roberts. Oh, I was aiming from the cart with a little dink ball in, but they blocked it.
A goal has gone in at the Stoke City Stadium. Let's hear all about it from Alan.
Stoke have scored. So even if I had got to this point and it had been a playoff race, promotion race, Stoke were winning this match anyway. So It's whatever.
Although that many of you have been hearing the transfer rumours, it does look as though the deal could be on.
It could be on. It really could be. Diogo Jota, 25 years of age, 85 rated. Not the greatest signing, but he is 25 and he is 85 rated. He'd be a strong striker to have. Premier League or Championship. And he's 25 years of age, so he still could grow, and we could sell him on for profit. In fact, we're going to sell him on for profit, whatever we do, because he's going to be a pre-contract signing if we get the deal done. It's just a matter of what wages he'll accept. And he's very much more realistic than Mbappe. Mbappe was just probably Mbappe was more of a, we might as well give it a go and see what happens kind of thing. And it wasn't far off. If I feel like actually, if we had like gone in again and maybe offered him higher wages, we possibly, I should say, would have got fired. But it would have been an interesting one, wouldn't it? I'm just going to roll through to every Peterborough player on the pitch there. Hennessy manages to control it and bring it away. Beats on to Carbonero. Roberts is going to race Warland for this and win the race. Carbonero back to Roberts. And what a play from Carbonero and Roberts there. And we've got a third, I should say. I would say 3-goal lead, but it's 3-1, so it'd be a lie. We've got a third. What a play between those two players, though, to be honest. Carbonero and Roberts linking up beautifully. I was wanting to get it to McCartan instead, but whatever. As long as it goes in, I don't care. Roberts, when he plays, he seems to score, but he's just not good enough at the same time, which is a bit weird to say. Because he's got a good rating, he's just... Well, I mean, he's got a good scoring record, he's not got a good rating, is what I should be saying, really. 7 goals in Championship. I think he's played like the same amount of games. I don't even know. We'll see when we go over the stats at the end of the season, of course. Narty coming off for your boy here. I didn't see who was coming on.
No shortage of goals on this match.
It doesn't really matter anyway. Narty was coming off for O'Hara. Peterborough there.
Neat passing, confidence on the ball. Must score.
Wide from I believe it was Tony with a shot there. He hasn't done as well as he's done, or as well as he did in League One. He wasn't top scorer, but he was very close. And as for Greenwood, compare his goal scoring form from last season to this season, it's not been great either. But to be fair, Greenwood was too good for League One. Championship's probably his level at this moment. Eventually, he'll be Premier League level. Blocked and it'll be a corner. And you know what, we might as well give Linkvist a bit of a run out. Isa's shot blocked by Hennessy. He's number 2 at the moment. Obviously, we'll be changing shirt numbers for next season, as we do it every couple of seasons. I don't know why that's obvious, to be honest, but I guess just because he's not a centre back, number 2 is not a centre back number really. We're just going to yeet it and hope someone chases. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Oh, even the goalkeeper's come out for it. Okay, the goalkeeper's a bit mental. Okay, that's a very good ball from the goalkeeper, to be honest. Torres. Kakachi heads it away. That was a really good. That turned out to be a really good ball from the goalkeeper. I thought he just booted it and got it away.
It's a goal for Hull City. 67 minutes played.
Shane McCartan needs some support here. Roberts will be the support, and it's going to be defended. Linkvist heads to Akpan on to McCartan.
Create chances for your strikers, and really has been a dominant performance.
And now Ismail, fuck off, man. A couple of seasons ago he would have scored that.
Close your eyes when you're watching this one. It's horrific.
Yeah, no, legitimately, it's not a very good shot. And we'll bring on Vutus for Kakachi as well, fuck it. Might as well let some of the more youth players get a bit more time. Especially Vutus, he'll probably become our backup left back if I can't sign a new one in. He's going to wear the captain's armband, I forgot about that. Because Kakachi's the captain. For 20 minutes, a man who barely gets in the team will captain the side. It's not really a big deal, I suppose.
20 minutes to go.
I wish you could change the captaincy when you bring the captain off.
Possession lost,
But
intercepted.
it's whatever.
Well, there's been a goal in the Huddersfield match. Let's hear about that goal from Alan.
It's a goal
Linkvist
for
does well.
Huddersfield
Could have done a little bit better with it,
72
but
minutes played.
blocks it
1-1.
anyway.
Alan McInally keeping us right up to date.
Beaton can't get through to Roberts.
Naismith.
All right. It's just we'll give some of the players who don't get as much time on the pitch a bit more time at the end of the season kind of game.
Cook might be able to produce from this position.
Naismith may deliver, has delivered,
Ahead
and
of
it's
quality
that was a lot
straight
closer than I
towards the
expected it to be,
Yeah,
but it is
beaten
saved.
for a goalkeeper of that class.
Beaton of that class, I don't know. Sometimes he's not very classy at all. That was aimed for Carbonero, so
Under
obviously
no
it didn't go
real
to him.
pressure.
Linkvist wins a header. I don't know how tall Linkvist actually is.
Well, great read there to intercept. A good and
Beaton,
fair
oh,
challenge.
you're getting absolutely murked there, mate, by Kanu.
It's played into the centre.
Hennessy gets it clear.
Aware of the
I want to
threat,
keep
solving
Hennessy
the
as one of my
problem.
first choice centre backs for as long as I can,
News
but he's
coming through
74,
from the Liberty
and as much
Stadium,
as
a
I
goal
know he's going to grow,
there. Alan
he's
Mack
just
got
it would be easier to
protected.
get a better
Keeper
centre back
there
in.
to make sure nothing untoward happened.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to keep my centre backs the way they are. Tadibo's
Sincere
strong.
apologies to
That
Alan
guy's a
McInally
fucking idiot.
because we had to cut
Tadibo's
him off just
strong.
when he was in his flow.
Hennessy's strong.
Could get one back
Linkvist
here.
is only young. He could
Unable
grow
to
quite
find the
well.
back of the net, and still a lot of
I'm just going
work
to keep
ahead of
Akpan on
them
for the
here.
full
Well,
90. We're going to
probably
keep all
surprised
the
he scored
originals
from
on for the
there,
full
but it is
90.
worth an effort.
I don't care how tired they get. We're nearly done anyway. 8 minutes from the end of the championship season. Negating the playoffs, of course. When I say the championship season, I mean like the 46 games.
Near Biton.
Carton's offside. He went back on though, so that should be okay, right? It is okay, because Akpan, McCartan, there we go. A bit scrappy, but another Bradford original. It's going to be his final goal for the club. He celebrated like a prick in front of the Peterborough fans. But Akpan misses his shot. It falls to McCartan. And Shane McCartan, and I will tell you that will probably be his last goal in a Bradford City shirt. I said at the start of the episode, he is one of the guys who will be leaving for definite. We agreed a transfer for him, and he'll be going, I don't remember what club, but he will be going. And likely he won't feature in the championship playoff finals or playoff semi-finals, playoff tournament, I guess, at all.
Well, if there were any lingering doubts about
I want to do the
outcome,
playoffs today as well, but I've already
now
recorded
have
3
been
today. I'm only meant to record 1.
Now let's join Alan McInally because I'm hearing
I don't
there's
really
been
need
goal
a
in the
recording
Reading
schedule. I
match.
just don't want to like do it where I forget what actually happens in each episode and I have to try and watch them back and
Cheers again, Alan.
remember the names of what I was going to call them.
Vision, can he get onto this? And the goalkeeper expertly
Rossi,
anticipated that through ball.
Akpan, Carbonero, Akpan, Beaton.
Biton, given away.
McCartan can't keep it. It's alright. Not in the world. Defended.
Giving it a try.
But not actually defended because they've scored. Ice gets a second for
But
Peterborough.
will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings?
Exactly,
They
just a
haven't been at
consolation
the
at this
best.
stage of the proceedings. Nothing serious, nothing really going to change anything about anything in this game. Peterborough's points aren't going to change. Our position in the table isn't going to change. It doesn't really matter. Just a consolation, just another goal for Isa to add to his
Well,
tally.
let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Maybe it could have been a bit of a better attempt to save that by Rossi. His glove just went to the ground. But whatever. Why are you getting pissed, Theo? The season's over. How many has Isa got, or Isa? He's got 10. I think he's got more than Tony this season. He's at double figures. That's going to be a personal achievement for him. 10 in only 46
So
games.
the current scoreline 4-2.
That's a bit patronising, isn't it? I'm sorry.
We have
That
entered
was
the
mean.
final minute of normal time. We've been waiting to find out. Now we know.
Doesn't
And
really
we've got
matter
3
what the
added
injury
minutes
time
here.
is. I just want to get this season done.
An important interception.
Gonna yeet it forward to Rossi. Maybe get one more shot on
Roberts.
Bradford here. Possibly not though. Oh, maybe.
And the emphasis is on creativity. Head over towards the back post.
Fuck it. That's the last kick of the championship season. And we're going to win. And we're in the playoffs. That'll be next episode though. And the episode after, of course. Don't know what Grabauer is doing. Boo's echoing around the stadium. Grabauer is just trying to make friends, I think. So it ends with Peterborough 2, Bradford City 4. Cano and Isa got in the goals for Peterborough, but Beaton, Akpan, Robertson, McCartan scoring for Bradford City. And I've just realised if Ismail had scored, it would have been all 5 originals, or 5, not originals, but 5 players who are going to be leaving, going to be getting goals. But that's okay. We got a win, and some of the players got our last appearances in Bradford City shirts. Peterborough did try and come back, but in the end we had more shots on target, more possession, and that is really what matters. McCartan with a 9.5, Roberts with a 9, Carbonero and Beaton with 8.6s, Akpan with 8.7. Everyone else did decent, good enough really. Linkvis with a solid 7 rating as well. He showed a little bit that I feel like he could become a good defender in the future. 8.3 for Cano, 8.1 for Tony, but no real standouts besides that for Peterborough. We're going to go to the post-match interview on the 14th of May, 2022. There's the results from around the ground. And even though West Brom has smashed Sunderland, I don't know if it'll be enough for them to be in the playoffs.
Can we just grab a minute of your time for a few questions?
Sure, of course you can. Congratulations, Bradford City was unbeaten for a total of 18 consecutive matches. Any impressions? A few more would have won the bloody fucking won the title. I'm only interested in trophies. These statistics might be interesting for you, but I, for one, am only focused on winning trophies for this club. I mean, it's not wrong. And we haven't won a damn one in the fucking league yet. When compared to Peterborough United, Bradford City is considered the far stronger side, and with 4 goals scored, it's clear why. Was a win ever in doubt? Never in doubt. I know what my team's capable of. No, I was fully confident we'd secure the win, even though we weren't fucking putting our full team on. I was still confident. You won again. I think Peterborough played well. I mean, I guess we'll give them credit. They've survived. They survived relegation. Lads did it. All credit goes to the lads and their hard work for taking another victory under our belt. We finished 3rd in a season where we should have finished
No more questions,
possibly
thank you.
13th, somewhere mid-table. We've exceeded all expectations. We're only a few points. Well, I say a few. We're about 7 points off getting promoted. But there we go. We see our first promotion playoff semi-final game, and it's against Forest. And before we see, I won't get to see before, will I? We'll see. I guess we'll see the playoff brackets. So we've got Nottingham Forest versus Bradford City, and we've got Leeds United versus Brentford, which means, of course, West Brom didn't make it. We'll take a look at the league table, just because we'll go for all this cup stuff at the end of the season. But we'll go to the league table here. Fulham winning the league on an impressive 160 points. Stoke City keeping pace with 115. I think we did incredible, regardless of us not getting the top 2. We've had an insanely good season. 107 goals and 108 points. That's pretty mad. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that one, even if it's not the greatest. Even if we didn't get automatic promotion, we've absolutely exceeded every expectation set of us. So I'm happy with that. Brentford on 101 points. Leeds and Nottingham Forest complete the top 6 with 96 points. West Brom just missing out on 95. We'll give a full recap at the end of the season after the playoffs. But the teams that are going down, we already knew. Luton Town, Sunderland and Rotherham United. So we are... we've got some prize money. Ooh. 8.4 mil. That will add to the next transfer budget next season. So that'll be an interesting amount to see what we get next season, really. We're going to sim forward in a second. Obviously, we need to do some training. But 3rd place in our first championship season. I'm ecstatic with that. And 108 points out of a possible... I don't know what 46 times 3. 138. Out of a possible 138 points, we got 108, which is fantastic. And probably with any other season, would have won us the league. But bloody Nottingham Forest... Not Nottingham Forest, who is it? Bloody Stoke and Fulham absolutely just tore down the season this season. Thank you, AK, for the host. But that is an insane total for us, I think. I don't know what's up with my headset. I don't know if that's my headset making that weird noise. If you hear weird noise, just ignore it because I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll give Vutter some more training. He'll be the backup because Conti's going away on loan. I guess we'll have to just... I'm going to put the training I was going to put on Conti on Vutters now because he will be the backup unless we sign someone else. He's going towards 69. That sounds a bit weird when I say it like that. Banks with some good drills as well, hitting a 76 rating. now the same rating as Carbonero, so it's an interesting one. Anyway, we'll sim up and we'll see if we can get a pre-contract deal done as well. 27th of May will be the... You just saw it, didn't you? I have reached an agreement with Diogo Jota and his agent on the following contract terms. 2 years, wage of 90k. Sure, we'll bring him in. $90k is a bit more than I would have liked to have paid, but... Youth player wants out. Uh-oh. Frederick Eriksson is wanting to cancel his contract as he thinks that he's ready to be called up to the senior squad. He seems set on leaving, but I can ask him to wait a little while. Okay. Basically, Eriksson's sick of being in the youth academy. I didn't even realise that he was of age to be promoted. He's only 16. I don't know why he's getting so fucking impatient, pal. He can come up, I guess. We've still got these players in the youth academy, which I completely forgot about, if I'm going to be honest. Watson doesn't look as good as he originally did, so we'll release him. Green and Selesnev, both eligible, but we're not going to bring either of them up yet. We'll do some more training. And we'll see how much further we can get. In fact, actually, we'll give Eriksson some training. I've been really neglecting him. But I think last time I tried to train him, he gave me an F rating, so he can F off, to be honest. Like, wasn't funny, was it? We're going to give some more to Wouters as well, see if we can get him to 69 rated. We're going to have to actually fully train this guy a lot more now, since it's annoying. I kind of want to keep Conte as a fullback, or as a backup fullback, but apparently he wants to play games, and that's fair enough. I can't fault him for wanting to play. I just wish I could have kept him though, but he's only gone out on load. It's not like we're losing him. Here are the results. Eriksson hitting a 60 rating. Wouters, not the best of results from you, lad, especially if you're going to be back up next season, but decent, I guess. I don't know if he's going to be back up. He'll probably be back up for Sterling, and I might bring in another backup for Kakachi, or at least maybe just have Ed Brown be the backup for Kakachi. But we're going to sim all the way now to the Nottingham Forest promotion playoff semi-final. Brady, this is the worst time to ask for a game, because I'm playing the best team over these next 3 games. I'm in pretty good form lately, and I'm feeling good, so you're not going to bench me for the game against Nottingham Forest. Bigger game. We'll just say it's bigger games ahead, just to try and keep him off, like, wanting to play. There's bigger games ahead, and I'll need you focusing on fitness till then, so we'll just lie to him. That's that sorted. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, these are the playoff semi-final brackets. We will be taking on Nottingham Forest. Leeds United will be taking on Brentford, and hopefully it actually could be that we take on Leeds in the promotion playoff final if we can get past Forest, which is going to be a tall order in itself. But if we can, and we take on Leeds, that would be the ideal scenario. But that will be probably tomorrow's few episodes that I record, just to see if we're going to be Premier League or Championship team next season. But I hope you guys have enjoyed another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. We've got to the playoffs. We're going to be playing the playoffs very, very soon. But once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you another time.